Hello, welcome back programmers. Spide is back with one another video. So in previous video what we have seen? We have seen document scanner using OpenCV Python. Okay. So now in this video I am going to talk about data pre-processing. So what is data pre-processing? Actually, lots of beginner who want to actually join the field of the machine learning, and there are lots of people like confusing with this term. What do you mean by data pre-processing? What do you understand in the data? What is the step which we need to implement in the data? So in this video I am going to discuss about all the things which is related to the data pre-processing. So this video will be short. I will talk very shortly with the very less technical details, means people will understand very easily. So I will guide you throughout this ready-made tutorial file. So guys, don't worry about it. I will explain you each and everything very explainfully. So guys, let's just start. So before starting video, just I want to tell that if you are the first viewer of the my channel, then just visit my channel. There are number of playlist available regarding Python, Android application development, OpenCV Python project, and there are lots of ready-made Python projects available with the tutorial and open code. You can access the project code with the tutorial. So guys, just like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our machine learning hub. So now let's talk about the data and machine learning. So first of all, what do you mean by machine learning? So in the machine learning, what we are actually doing, so let's just ignore all the technical details. Just let me simply explaining you. So what do you mean by machine learning? So the term describe itself, machine and learning. So basically what we are doing, we are feeding the data to our machine, and based on that data machine will learn something according to our data. So just let me give you the example. If I met you on some like in the city or whatever in the public place, okay, so do you seen before me in this any or in this video or any other video? So guys, you have some basic info about me, like what is my name, what I'm doing, what is my hobby. You know the basic of these things. Okay, so basically guys, you all have my some amount of the data, and based on that data you are telling me something. Okay, so basically the machine learning, we are doing the same. We are feeding our data, and based on that data our machine will learn, and machine give you the result, or we can say prediction of the future. So that's we call machine learning. Okay, so let's give you some another example. uh, just let me give it a very simple example. If my current salary is just think I have a 5 year of the experience in the Python as a machine learning engineer. Okay, now my yearly salary is 10 lp, okay, 10 lakh per annum. Okay, so I'm just talking about the India, the ignore all the countries. So in the India I have 10 lakh per annum salary. Okay, I have 5 year of the experience. So just let me give you the answer in the comment section. If I have a 10 year of the experience, or I have more than 10 year of the experience, then how many salary I will get in the future? Okay, so you will give the some random answers like 15 lakh or 17 lakh. So these all are the we can say these all are the prediction, or we can say assumption, based on the which basis you are doing this prediction or the assumption. You are doing this prediction because you know my 10 year my 5 year of the experience salary is 10 lakh lpa. Then at least if I have 10 or plus 10 year experience, then at least I should get a 15 lakh, 17 lakh, 18 lakhs or more than that. So basically this is a simple example of the machine learning. Okay, so now let's go into straightforward with the data. So basically you what you need to have, what you actually you need to learn about. So basically you need to learn all the things related to the pandas, numpy and matplotlib. Yes, so you need to have good skill in the panda, you need to have good skill in the numpy and basic mathematics, like we can call it is statistics. Okay, And then you should have a basic knowledge of the graphs and all, like what is scatter plot and all the things, like bar plots, pie charts. Okay, so you should aware of all these things like seaborn methodology. Okay, so if you are aware of this, then you can directly jump into machine learning. Yes, but if you don't know like what is pandas and numpy, and then you are like, yeah, now let me learn machine learning. So without these all things you cannot learn machine learning. So that's the basic requirement. So first learn and explain all the things relate, means just do the practice of all the things like pandas, numpy. There are lots of tutorials available, or even you can see to go on the Gig for Geeks or tutorials, but there are lots of references available. Okay, so now let me run this cell. So I am in this video, I'm going to show you how you can handle the machine learning data. So guys, in this video I'm not showing you how you can implement machine learning algorithm, but in this video I'm showing you the steps before machine learning which we need to apply. Okay, so now let's import all the necessary libraries. So currently I'm importing pandas and numpy. You know, these libraries is the most common library you need to import everywhere where you are doing related to work machine learning and data science. Okay, now let me upload the one data set. Currently I'm using very simple data set. Actually I have given the name is sample.csv. Okay, so let me open this data set in the Excel also. So what you need to do if you are a machine learning engineer and you are doing the job. Okay, so just assume that you got the data into mail, your HR or your higher authority just mail your data and told like create a machine learning model on this data. Okay, so your condition will be like the same. So first step what you have to do, you have to open your data into Excel and just understand what the data wants to tell you. So for the example, you can see this data is very small. For the example, I have downloaded this data. Even this data is from the one Udemy course, machine learning A to Z. If so, you can do that course also. So now you can see this data have already 4 column: country, age, salary and purchase. Okay, so now in the countries you can see there are lots of categorical values. Categorical values means what? The value boundary is fixed. Like you can see there are three types of the category: France, Spain and Germany. So these three values are repeatedly many times. Now in the age column there is a mathematical value which is kind of the age. You can see 27, 30, 38. Even there is some non values. Non value means there is no value at that exact location. So this we need to manage all these things into our data, because we cannot feed directly this data into machine learning model. Okay, so now let's talk about the salary. So in the salary you can see this is the salary. Even here there is one null value. Now here it is a purchase column. Okay, so in purchase column there is a yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So now according to seeing the data, what we can do on this data. Okay, so just assume that now we need to work on this data. What we can do? So here we can do two things. So even we can implement regression so simple regression, or we can create the some classification prediction also. So how? Just see that in the salary we can see the salaries and all the things which is already mentioned in the data. So basically we can implement a regression like simple linear regression, because values are continuously changing here. So we can implement regression here also. So then salary will be our y and all other columns like country, age and purchase will be x. And this problem we can convert into linear regression, or simple we can say regression. After that we can implement any other algorithms also, like support vector, decision tree, whatever. Now another thinking strategy is convert this problem into classification problem. So what is classification problem? You can see in the classification problem there will be fixed boundary like yes or no, win or loss. So basically your prediction is based in some boundary like win or loss, yes, no, malignant or non-malignant. Like if you are going to for the corona report, then what will be a result, like positive or negative. So this is called the classification problem. So here we can see we already have one kind of the data which is purchase, means purchase or not. So we can see we can build our classification model also. So now at this classification problem, the things we need to predict will be go into the y, and all other things which is important column will be go into x. So this will be our x and this will be our y. So that's how we can understand about the data. Okay, so now we already understand the data, so we are going to build one classification model. Okay, now what other things we need to do? So currently we are studying from the excel file, but now it's time to do real fun. So I have already written dataset is equal to pd dot read underscore csv, then sample dot csv. Okay, so let's import the dataset into our pandas data frame. Now dataset dot head, so head will return first 5 values, means first 5 rows of the dataset. Okay, so now the same dataset is imported in our python data frame. Okay, now whatever the things we need to do we will do here. Okay, now we don't need to go into excel and do all the things. Even we can do all the things into excel, but because this is the 10 row 11 rows of the data, okay, it is a simple 10 rows. But what if your row size is around 10,000 or 1 lakh? So you can handle it in excel, but in the python we can do all these things. Okay, so now we cannot directly feed this data into machine learning because machine learning only understand the mathematics. Okay, now we can see here there is one categorical column here, there is also second categorical columns. So machines cannot understand like this, no, this years. Machine cannot understand like France, Spain, Germany, because these all are the string data. In the machine learning we will do the mathematical calculation. Just imagine if we are applying linear regression. Okay, so we will do calculation based on the linear regression equation like y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, we will do all the related equation and we will follow the equation. But how we will feed this kind of the data like France, Spain, even you can see there is one non missing values here. So how we will handle all these things? Okay, so now let's see how we can do all these things with our python. So first of all we need to understand what is the null values. So in the null values basically there will be no value, there is no value available at that location, we can consider as a non value nan. So first of all we need to find where is a null value is located. So we can see there is a one pandas method available is null, and then in is null we are applying dot sum, so it will return in the which column the null value is present. So we can see in the age column there will be one value, in the salary column there is one value. Okay, so this with this line we automatically directly means we simply know in the which column how many number of the null values is the presented. Okay, so basically the data set is very small here, we just go to directly excel and we can say yeah, here it is null value, here it is null value. Okay, but just think about if you have 1,000 of the column, then what, how will you find a null value? So with the python we can directly do this in just 1 minute. Dataset dot is null dot sum, and we got the null values here. Okay, now we need to implement all the things, but before implementing, so just let's split into x and y. Okay, so why we are splitting our data into x and y? So y will be simple, we can say dependent. So y किस पे dependent? So simply just assume that x and y there will be two parts. So y is dependent, x is the independent. But for whom y is dependent? So y is dependent on the x. So let's see with the example. So just assume that your purchase is the y. Okay, now ignore this data, just I am creating one new data. So just assume that salary is your y and age is your x. Okay, now if my age is increasing, means my age is, if my age is more, then my number of the year of the experience will be more, then my salary value should be high. But if my age is low, then my number of the salary should be low. Okay, so that's how we can see correlate between data. If my age is more, then my salary will be high. Obviously, because I have more year of the experience. So we can see this y data is dependent on this x data. So that's why y is dependent, x is independent. So that's why we are creating the x and y here. Okay, so how we will do x and y, I mean how we will do the split. So dataset dot ilog. So our original dataset is located in dataset variable dataset dot ilog. Now we need to do slicing here. So basically what is this mean of the slicing? So first of all, this first column will represent all the rows, and after this comma there will be on the right side which will represent the columns. So this represent rows means how many rows which we all want. Like if I want only 5 rows, 7 rows, 10 rows. Okay, so if I did not enter anything, just I have put as empty, so means it will consider all the rows. Now in the x we don't need the last column. Okay, so that's why we have written -1 here, then dot values. Okay, so dot values mean it will consider all the things as a values. Now let's talk about the y is equal to dataset dot ilog. In the y, now we only want the third column. This third column is, we can say, last column. We don't with this all are the x column, we only this y column. So that's why we have written y is equal to dataset dot ilog and then 3 here, because 3 is the indexing of this column. So guys, you need to have basically a good understanding of the slicing. So for the slicing practice, you can learn this slicing throughout in the list or string. So you just need to do practice of the list slicing and string slicing, you will learn this thing. Okay, so now it's time to fill the missing values. Okay, so there is one method is available in the pandas, fill na. We can fill the missing values into for using the pandas also, but now we are filling our missing values with the imputer. So what is imputer? So imputer is a kind of the simple package from the sklearn, dot import simple imputer. Okay, so how simple imputer will work? So how we can fill the missing values? So just imagine there will be one missing values. So I can press means I can write any random value here. Like we can see our lowest value is around 27 and highest value is around 44. Okay, so even I can write here random value between 27 and 44. Okay, now so same thing here. Otherwise I can put my favorite value like any, like 92, 100. Okay, but guys, this is question for, is this legal? Means, is this acceptable for machine learning? Yes, we can see, just see, because this data is very small. Yes, if we will do, then nothing will happen, you will get the good accuracy, but at the time of job, is this legal? Because you got the original data from anything, like any source, like any hospital or whatever, and you are putting the data which you like. So basically you are mixing original data with your imaginary data. So that's not the thing should be done. Okay, so what you need to do, we need to follow the some strategies which is called missing values filling strategy. So how we can fill the missing values? The answer is very simple. Yes, we can directly put the mean, median and mode here. So mean of this age, and we will put here the same thing here. Even we can put median and mode also. So in the numerical values we can put mean, median, mode. Okay, but now what we can do, another, like if we have string kind of the data, so we cannot find the mean, median, mode of the string data. So what we will do, we can put the most frequent value. Means, just imagine if you have 100 rows, 3 value is missing, and most frequent data is yes. Mean most frequent means the number of the values of the yes. So we can directly fill the yes because we don't have any option. Now another option is remove this column, means, sorry, remove this row. Like if this are missing value, just I will put this and delete. Yes, my problem is solved. But what if your data set have around total 1000 of the row, and there are in the 300 row there is a missing data? You cannot delete or you cannot erase 300 rows. Okay, so we need to do simply do the some strategy. We need to like mean, median, mode, we can fill in this missing data. So guys, you don't need to think about anything, just import the imputer. Imputer is equal to simple imputer, then missing values is equal to np.none. np.none will means from the which place we need to import the missing values. So at the none, here you can see, so at the none I want to fill the missing values, and now my strategy is min. I want to fill the none values with the strategy of the min. Okay, so here I have defined my imputer. Now on the which column I want to fill the imputer, mean I want, we know which column I want to do imputation. So just see the id. So this column id is 0, this column id is 1, this column id is 2, and this column id is 3. Okay, so this column id is also 0 in the y, but we cannot consider, so because we will consider only for the x. So now there is missing values in this column and this column. Okay, so in the 1 and 2 column there will be missing values. Okay, so what we need to write, so the same case is like x, then open the simple kind of the brackets, then we want only means we want to check on all the rows. So I will just give empty colon and then comma. Now I want to start the check from the one column, means first of the index, and here I have written 3. The same thing we have written here. Okay, so on this 1 2 3, so basically this will give you the, on the right side you will get the result always into n minus 1. If you select 1 column 4, then you will get the result into 1 2 3 column. So basically I want to include the first and second column, so that's why we have written 3 here. Okay, so on the original of x, into 1 to 3 column it will be stored. Okay, so here we are storing into our original data, but now there is a one method which is called fit transform, so it will automatically fill the null values, but on the which data we are filling null values, so that's why we have to just copy this and we have to write here. Okay, so just let me run all these 3 cells. Okay, so now it will automatically fill the missing values. So guys, you just need to understand, you need to understand actually the basic of these libraries, means how these all libraries working. You don't need to do anything, you just automatically you need to call the fit and fit transform method, it will automatically fill the null values. And now let's check the null value. So we can see our both of the null values is filled here with the average of that column. So we can see this column average is around 38.77778, the same thing here. Okay, so now our one problem, means we can say our one tension is over. Now we have filled our missing values. Now there is one problem with there is one another problem with the data. So what is that problem? Still our data is into categorical format. You can see, you can just understand this 0 column, France, Spain, Germany. So how we will handle this column? So the answer is very simple. Okay, so the solution is very simple. Just write like France, Germany and Spain. So now what we will do, we are doing simple concept, we are actually copying our simple concept from the mathematics, like just in the school mathematics, like if x is equal to, yeah, then we are assuming this as a this. So simple, from the France, for the Germany and for the Spain. So for the France we will take 0, for the Germany we will take 1, and for the Spain we will take 2. Okay, now what we will do, in the original data we are pasting this value. Where the France is located we will put 0, where the Germany is located we will put 1, where is the Spain is located we will put the 2. Yes, so we can do this in the Excel with the 2 minute. Okay, but what if there will be more data? We don't need to do anything in the sklearn. There is a one method is available, sorry, one module is available which is called label encoder. So the name says is all label encoder, so it will encode our labels. So from sklearn dot preprocessing we are importing our label encoder. We need to initialize our label encoder le dot label encoder. Okay, now on the which column we need to feed the label encoder, so obviously into 0 column, so x of the 0, then le dot feed transform, the same strategy as here. Okay, so now let's run this cell and print the x, and now we can see our label is encoded 021 021. So basically we have converted this data into numerical data. Now what is another problem? Okay, so let's do on the y data, because just check our y data is also into categories. So let's print the y. Okay, so we can see all y data is also into yes and no, yes no. Okay, we need to fill the, means we need to import the label encoder here also. So y is equal to le dot feed transform. Okay, and now we can see y is already converted into 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1, means yes no yes no yes no, already converted into 0 1. Now there is a one technique which is called one hot encoding. So what is one hot encoding? So basically just I have written with explanation. Imagine if we have three categorical values, like in our data set we have taken France as 1, just this is example, Germany is 2 and Spain is 3. So the problem is when model calculates the average, it will something like 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Okay, and 4 divided by 2 means according to our model average of the France and Germany together is 10. So that's why we need to import our one hot encoder in this data. So where we need to import the one hot encoder, if your data, if in your data category is around 0 and 1, means if the category is binary type like yes or no, win or loss, you don't need to import the one hot encoder, you just need to import the label encoder and encode the label into 0 1. But if your category is more than binary, means if we have 3 category 4 category, yes, in this data we have 3 category, obviously we can see we have 3 like France, Spain and Germany. So we need to import the one hot encoder, and from sklearn dot preprocessing import one hot encoder. But how one hot encoder will work? So assume that we have 3. Okay, so just let me give you the simple example of the one encoder, 1 a b c d. Okay, so what one hot encoder will do? So 0, so just imagine we have label encoded our category 0 1 2 3. Okay, so what one hot encoder will do, it will create the column for every data, means it will create a separate column for every data 3. Okay, so now it is 4 separate column is created for our data. Okay, so it will convert our data, means for the every category it will create the different rows, sorry, different columns. So now how we will fill our original value? So where the a is located, what is a value? 0. So where the is located, we will put the 1, other we will put the 0 0. Now where b is located, okay, here, so we'll put the 1 here and we will put the 0 at another places. Where 2 is located, here, so we will put the 1 0 0 and 0. Now where is 3 is located, so here, so we will put the 1 0 0 0. So now we have one hot encoded our data. Okay, so this is the simplest example of the one hot encoding you will get in you will get here on my channel. So this is the simplest example of the one hot encoding. So the simple things we are implementing with our course. So with the one hot encoding we need to import the sklearn.compose column transformer. Basically it will transform the column, just we need to give the name like transform is equal to column transformer, then norm one kind of the like name of this column. Simple, you can give any string name. Then we need to import the one hot encoder. On the which column we want to import the one hot encoder? On the 0 column, so we have written 0. A remainder pass through, what it means, so it will if we don't write these, then automatically it will erase all this data, but we want all this column data also. So we need to write that remainder. Now transform is equal to feed transform x and print x. So it will give me the error because I have not imported. Okay, so now we can see our zeroth column is divided into 3 column. We can see 0 1. So we can see on the first where is the France. So on the France it put the 1, other in the other column 0. Another one is the Spain. So on the Spain column it put at the 0, and in another column 0 0, and here it is put at 1. Now where is Germany? Okay, so in the Germany is here. So Germany, on the Germany put at 1 here, and in other column 0 0. So this is the simplest example of the one hot encoder, and now our one hot encoding is also done. Now we need to split the data into training and testing set. Okay, so from sklearn dot model selection import train test split. So now how means why we are doing our splitting into our data? So simple, the reason is for the testing purpose. So you just assume that if you are studying into some school and university, so how end of the semester they are taking our exam just for our knowledge, means how we have performed during the year or during the semester. So that's why they are taking the exam. So same the thing we are doing with our model. We have 100% data, so we will feed only 70% of the data to our model, and 30% data we will means we will not show to the model. When that 30% data we will give you the model after the model is trained, and now we will tell our model to do the prediction of the 30% data based on what you have learned from that 70% data. So that's why we are doing training and testing. So we have splitted our data from sklearn.model selection import train test splits. You don't need to do anything, the model is already the by default model is there, train test split. Now xtrain, write properly xtrain, xtest, ytrain, ytest. There are 4 variable, train test split x and y. We need to pass the our x and y here. Test size is equal to 0.2, means we have taken only 20% of the data into test, and other data is into other it will automatically get the 80% data into training, and random state is equal to 0 for the random factors. And now let's run this. Now check the x test. So on the x test only our y data will be happen, y test. So now check ytrain and xtrain. So this is our training data. So we can see there will be how many column, 3 4 5 6. Okay, so there is 80%. So there are 10 rows, there are only 8 rows available because we have splitted only 80% of the data into training. So now let's check y. So in the y there will be 2 rows. Okay, just let me check y train, y test. Okay, so what I'm missing here, y test. Okay, I am right actually, y train. So we have splitted our data here. So that's how we can do the simple training, testing and splitting. We can do this thing with pandas also, but already there are in the sklearn there is a predefined model which is train test split. From the model selection we can import. Now another thing, okay, so now we can see this is our data. So this is our perfectly data for the machine learning model. Yes, we can feed this machine learning, means we can feed this data into machine learning model, but still something is missing here. So just let me give you with example. We can see this data is around from the category, means the this 3 columns range is around 0 to 1, means data is between 0 and 1. Now we can see this data range is around 40, and now we can see this data is in the 1000, means this 3 column range is perfect. Okay, so these 3 correlate with each other, even this 2 column is correlated with each other, but we can see range is not proper in between the data. So we need to set the range for all the data. So how we can do? So there is a two option available. One is a min max scalar, another is a standard scalar. So basically we can use whatever we want. So currently in this example I am using standard scalar. So there is equation y is equal to x minus mean of that column and divide by standard deviation. Okay, so how we will got the standard deviation? So this is the equation, square root of the sum of that x minus mean and the square root sorry square, and then divide by count of the x, means how many number of the rows we have in that column. So that's how we can implement the standard scalar here. So from sklearn dot preprocessing import standard scalar. Basically if you want the calculation, then you can directly do using your calc or whatever, but basically we need to understand how standard scalar is working, because in the interview they will ask how standard scalar is working. They will not ask how you actually implement standard scalar into your program, because there are already all the things ready made, like label encoder, standard scalar is already ready made. But you need to understand the concept behind of these libraries, means how they are working. So basically this is the equation which we are following to implement the standard scalar. So s is equal to standard scalar, we have defined our standard scalar. So on the last two rows we need to implement the standard scalar. So extract, and then we need to define the column 3 to 5. So it will consider 3 and 4 columns, and se dot fit transform 3 to 5. So it will do the standard scaling on that column, and let's run this. So we can see our data is perfectly in range. So basically standard scalar range is -1 to 1. It will scale the data into -1 to 1. The another one is a min max scalar, but the min max scalar is range is 0 to 1. Okay, so if you don't want negative data in your, so you in your data, so basically you can go for the min max scalar. So now we can see our data is into same range. So you can see the 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 -1. So we can see now this data is perfectly feedable for our machine learning model. And now actually in this video I'm not going to implement the machine learning, because video will be very longer. Already 37 minutes is crossed. So now what in the starting of the video our data is what something like this original data, and end of the video we have done the data pre-processing on our data, and now end of the video our data is something like this. This is the perfect data for the machine learning model, and from this column we can import our machine learning algorithm, and we can feed the this data into our machine learning model. So I think guys I have done for the today video. The video is very longer, so I have explained the all the things like training and testing. First of all, x and y splitting, then how to fill the missing values, then how to do import the label encoding. So what is label encoding, what is one hot encoder, what is standard scale, all the things I have explained in this video. So I think guys that's all for the today video. Just if you like this video, to just subscribe the machine learning hub channel. I will upload more videos as soon as possible. So guys, thank you for the listening me. See you in the next one. So currently actually my next project title just is it is around it is about the antivirus using machine learning. So currently I'm working on this project, so we'll make the tutorial on that project also. So guys, see you in the next one. So until that, just keep learning. If you did not get anything, just comment down below, and like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. So guys, see you in the next one. Thank you for the listening me.